afternoon, everyone. Glad you can join me today on the .com stand. So today I'm going to talk to you about how to get online quickly and how to build a successful website yourself. So a bit about me. I'm a chartered marketer. I've been in marketing for the best part of 10 years, and I head UK marketing for 1&1. And without further ado, if you do want to follow us on online, if you're a bit of a social media buff, do feel free to tweet, Facebook us, and use the hashtags up there. We'll be really glad to hear from you and find out what you think. So first, the agenda today. I'm going to talk to you firstly about who we are as a company, who 1&1 is. I'm going to talk to you about the issue of time poverty and how you can still have a great web presence even if you are time poor, like so many of us are. Then I'm going to speak to you about the necessity of getting online fast, why it's so important, the ease of building a website yourself, and then talk to you about the details of how you can actually do that in a practical sense. So 5 ways we can help you to get online fast. So in terms of 1&1, we were established in 1988, so that's almost 26 years. We've been doing this a very long time, and we're pretty good at what we do. We have over 13 million customer contracts worldwide. We manage over 19 million domains globally. Together with FastHost, our sister company, we are the new UK's #1 web host with over 1 million customers in the UK. In terms of employees, there's almost 7,000 of us, and 2,000 of us are involved in product development. So the product and making sure it meets your needs is really important to us. So time is of the essence. We know that many of us don't have the time to do many of the things that we would like to do. But the thing is, if you don't get your idea out there, somebody else will. And ideas die if they're not acted upon, which is why if you have an idea, it's important that you get it online and you get your web presence out there. And the world is waiting. I mean, they really are. You know, you will be surprised at how many people are waiting for that service that is in your head, for that product that is in your head, for that idea that is in your head. The world is waiting, you know. And it's not just, you know, a lot of times we think, well, it's just little old me. It's just my idea. No, everybody started out as little old me. So do get your idea online and get it from your head into the big wide world. And lack of time is why many companies aren't online. So many might say, I'm saving to fund my website. You know, a lot of us still have the notion that it's really, really expensive to get online. So maybe you're saving for that big website with all the bells and whistles. Some people say, I just haven't gotten round to it yet. You know, I work a 9 to 5, I'm busy, I've got children, I've got things to do, I just haven't got round to it yet. I've just got no time. I cannot possibly find the time to get online. A lot of people say that. And I'm learning. So for some people that want to get online and they want to do it themselves, perhaps you're saying, I'm learning and I'm not quite there yet, but I will be soon. Or I don't have the time to find somebody. So even if you don't want to do it yourself, it's that time to find somebody that you trust, that you know who has quality work. So all these things, all these reasons why people aren't online often revolve around time. Oh, and I've got another one for you. So I don't have the time to manage and update the website. Well, today I'm going to show you that you actually do have probably more time than you think to get this done. So here, many of you might have visited a website and you may have seen something called a 404 error. That means the website you are looking for is not found. And that is happening when a lot of people are looking for businesses that may be related to you or related to ideas or products that have. They're looking for this business and the business is not online. It doesn't exist. You know, and a lot of SMEs, we did a lot of research. In fact, this is Lloyd's research, and it's very recent research. I think a couple of months ago they did this, and they found that 29% of SMEs, small and medium enterprises, and charities believe being online isn't relevant. Only 50% have a website, and most of those websites are basic. That stat is astounding to me. Every time I look at it, I think, really? But yes, really, 50% of small businesses aren't online. A third of businesses are without basic online skills. 75% don't invest any time or money in improving digital skills. And this is a problem because 1.2 billion customers are online. The UK is the most active e-commerce market in Europe. Trust me, you have customers online. So just in case you're still not convinced, this is where we are in terms of online. It makes business easier. It makes business a lot easier to create, to start operating. You know, back in the day, you needed a bricks and mortar premise. You know, all the entry barriers, I wouldn't say all, but a lot of the entry barriers that there were many years ago no longer exist. You know, it's easier than ever before to get your business online. It's made the world local, you know, and it's created opportunities from everybody, from the micro businesses, the one-man bands, to the big conglomerates. It is the center of the new economy. The internet is driving the new economy. The amount of opportunities to make money, the amount of money that is being made online is flabbergasting. And you're already online. This may be a surprise to you or not, but if you search for your name, you're probably on there somewhere. If you search for your business, even if you don't have a website, you're probably on there somewhere. If you're a business that just has bricks and mortar, whether it be customer reviews, people talking about you on social media, maybe it's that picture that you have online that you forgot about and you somehow realize that it's in Google Images. You know, so you are online already and you need to own that identity, own your brand, and make it present the image that you want it to be. Also, in terms of customer support for your business, it allows you to service customers in a lot easier way, from 24/7 support to answering questions immediately via live chat or via social media. In fact, what it's done is it's increased all our expectations of what customer service should be. It also reduces costs, from payment methods to processing orders. It streamlines a lot of things, so it reduces costs. And again, you have access to global opportunities. You can stock more products than you ever could in a bricks and mortar premise. You know, opportunities that just wouldn't have been open to you many years ago now are. So the question is not if I should be online. The question is how you should be online. And perhaps you have seen this ad. This is for our one-on-one My Website product. And I'm just going to show it to you quickly.
Everyone has their own definition of online success. Maybe for you, it's expressing your unique style. The flexibility to seize opportunities, attracting visitors and growing your business, making a good impression and winning new customers, or just being found online easily. My business, my website, my success. One-on-one, my website, oneandone.co.uk.
So this is our website builder. We've made it as easy as possible for you to get online with this product. But when we were creating this product, it wasn't just because we realized that 50% of businesses weren't online and we wanted to make it as easy as possible for them. It was because we realized that those websites or those businesses that are online, they were making some pretty big mistakes, you know, and we wanted to help businesses not make those same mistakes. So here are 6 reasons bad websites happen to good people, and then I'm going to tell you how you can avoid them. So I'm sure you've seen websites like this that are, I'm sorry, just plain ugly. Like, you know, people unfortunately don't trust websites that look bad. It's a reflection of your credibility. It's a reflection of your professionalism. You could have the best product in the world, have the best staff in the world, and people look at your website and think, no way. Poor navigation. Now, this website actually looks pretty good, but what I wanted to show you is because there's just too many options. You know, navigation is effectively a roadmap to your website. It should make it easy for your visitors to get to where they want to go on your website. So you either have this or you have the opposite, where there's actually zero navigation. So poor navigation is another reason. And there's the website that, again, looks pretty, but where do you go? Do you even know that you can click those images? So that's an example of zero navigation. Too much clutter. Now, you may have great content, great information, but you just can't find it. You can't see the wood through the trees. There's just too much going on. And key information like what you do, like a headline, is just absolutely missing. You know, I don't know if you been to a website and you're like, what actually does this website do? I'm actually, as a marketer, I'm always amazed at the amount of websites that use the header for welcome instead of actually a headline that actually tells people what you're doing. So, you know, key information just plain missing. And then poor contact options. Now, I'm not being funny, but who has time to fill out an order form this long for a simple request? Nobody. You know, make it as simple as possible. And if you can, definitely do have a telephone number, because yes, we do live in an online society, but people do want to speak to people still. So do have your contact details and your telephone number on there. And too many bells and whistles now. I have been to websites and I've literally jumped because you go there and Flash starts playing, music starts playing, you're like, what on earth is going on here? There's just too much bells and whistles. So those are the 6, for me, the 6 pet peeves that I'm just like, you know, you should probably avoid, and they're probably the reason why I will leave a site and never visit again. And like I say, these can be mistakes that perfectly great businesses are doing, but they can be just losing you customers. So the reality is in the research, so a few statistics for you. So 49% of respondents that we spoke to said that a bad website is worse than no website at all. You know, a lot of times we think that, you know, we just need to get something online quickly. You know, even if it looks a little bit bad or it needs improving, we just need to get it online. It's not always true. Sometimes it's best to wait, take the time to make sure it's right before you get it online. 34% of small business websites are tired and unimpressive. That's what the research said. 46% cancel plan to spend with a small business due to the quality of a website. And 33% were willing to offer feedback, and yet nobody asks what they thought. You have all these customers visiting a business often, willing to give you feedback and constructive input, and yet they are never asked. 66% said maintaining an attractive website is a struggle. Is a struggle. And 30% of firms are reluctant or embarrassed to recommend their websites to their customers, which is a bit of a travesty. So, you know, we looked at this research, and so we, you know, for us, it wasn't just about helping you get online fast. It was about helping you get online fast with a quality and a successful website. Just because a website is do-it-yourself, it really doesn't have to look do-it-yourself. So here are 5 ways we help you get online fast. Within this product, we offer a range of domains. The .com domain. Now, .com is the global standard. We're on the .com stand today. You know, all of the big companies will always have a .com. So yeah, definitely get your .com domain. Quick creation. We make sure it's quick and easy for you. You know, as we spoke about at the beginning, most of us are time poor. We really don't have the time. So we've made it as quick and easy as possible for you. We've added full functionality. So it's important to us that your website works for you, that it's actually helping your business. You know, a lot of times you just have your website and it's effectively brochureware. Your website should be helping you get to where it is that you want to go. We help with search engine success. These days, you cannot ignore Google. You should be considering Google from the outset. We have thought about that from the very beginning, and we make sure within the product that it's easy for you to have some success on Google. And also monitor your website. It's important. In order to know where you're going, you've got to know where you've been and where you are. So that's why monitoring your website, seeing what's happening, where your traffic's coming from, what people are doing is crucial. So those are the 5 things we've included and 5 ways we believe you can get online fast. So now drilling in a bit deeper, it starts with a domain. Before you do anything, when a lot of us have business ideas, what is the first thing we do? Think about a name and thinking about a domain, and that has to be the right domain. Now, as I've mentioned before, .com most definitely is the global standard if you want your website to be relevant or attract people from as broad an audience as possible. You want to choose the right name. You want to choose a name that is simple, that's short, that represents your brand well, and that is easy for people to remember so that they can return to your site time and time again. And you know, certain words have a certain feel. They create certain images in the minds of the readers and in the minds of visitors. And you've got to make sure that the images that those words that are in your domain relate to your brand and create a positive impression as well. So it is quite an important decision. And you want to register with a reputable web host like us, like 101, you know. From the very beginning, I said we have been around for 26 years. We know what we're doing. So yeah, definitely choose a reputable web host and build a portfolio. So a lot of times, sometimes people will have just the one domain. I would say secure misspellings, secure maybe alternatives that may have a hyphen. Just build up a portfolio of relevant domain names as well that you can use for different things and just to safeguard your brand as well. So one of the fallacies that people have is that .coms aren't available anymore and they're quite scarce. Well, according to research that VeriSign actually recently did, it's quite clear that there's probably more .coms available than a lot of us think. Now, I can't actually say what this number is, but if you look at, you know, those domains with 13 characters, and even those with only 4, there's a fair few that are still available, you know, so you can definitely secure a .com that is relevant to you. Secondly, I spoke about quick creation. What we have within the product is drag and drop functionality. So you can choose a layout and literally drag it in. You can choose images from a library of thousands of images. And again, you just drag and drop everything in. It's industry specific. So the content is tailored to your business and what it is you do. We have templates for over 120 business industries. And why I think this is important, because a lot of times the reason why it takes so long to get a website up is because you don't have time to create the content. My husband is actually a web developer, and a lot of times that's the hold up. Clients don't have the time to write the content, to send the images. And you know, having a website solution that has those suggestions for you is very helpful. Advanced functionality. So you don't need to, you know, to get things like contact management and do surveys and things like that. You don't have to code it yourself. There's a library of hundreds of apps that you can choose from to make sure that your website has the functionality that it needs. Because again, it's important that it doesn't just look pretty. It's working for you. So award-winning designs. You know, that first faux pas that we spoke about was ugly sites. So we have kind of taken that issue out of it for you, and we have created award-winning design templates, so you don't have to worry about that issue. So, and I like this quote from Ralph Kaplan, and it says, thinking about design is hard, but not thinking about it is disastrous. It really is. So, you know, we have some great looking websites there for you that you can choose from within the product. So what should your website be doing? Your website should be attracting customers. That's its job. It's not there to look pretty, even though design is crucial. If it's not attracting business, if it's not attracting customers, it's not doing its job, and it has little use. It's to interact. It's to provide a place where you can interact and engage with your visitors and potential customers. And it's about a transaction. Everything that you do should lead to a conversion, should lead to a transaction. That's the ultimate goal of a website. So in terms of attracting customers, you know, we have apps such as TED Talk, so you can have video on there, images, you know, feeds from places like BBC, presentations, so things that make your site a destination that people can travel to. You want to be interacting, so incorporating things like live chat, taking polls, sharing things on social media, blogging. Blogging is great. And transacting. So contact forms, providing things for people to contact you easily, and not lengthy forms with like 20 fields like we saw on the Burger King side, but simple forms, just name, email address, what the issue is. You know, shopping apps, so people can buy from your site easily. And if you want to take bookings for anything, we have apps for that as well. So, you know, if there's one thing I want to leave with you from this slide, it's that your website needs to lead to a transaction. Mobility is a must. Practically everyone has a mobile phone, increasingly those phones are smartphones. More than 50% of the UK population now owns a smartphone. Some people even have two. Some sites receive more than 30% of traffic from mobile devices, which is probably surprising to some people, and that includes e-commerce sites. Because up until I looked at the research, I actually thought, well, I don't know if a lot of people are actually buying on mobile. I know a lot of people browse, but the research shows that yes, increasingly a lot of people are browsing as well as buying online. So your website absolutely needs to be mobile compatible. So the importance of mobile optimization. Half of firms fail to check their own website from a mobile device. 4 out of 5 are unaware that a mobile-friendly website can boost sales. For me, it's all about usability and convenience. You know, if you can buy what you need or search what you need in the moment and get that impulse buy-in, as opposed to waiting till you get home or waiting till you get the office, that's good for you. That's good for business. 41% admit that their website has a reduced appearance, and 36% offer reduced functionality at mobile. So even though mobile browsing, mobile buying is increasing, we're seeing that businesses aren't keeping up with the pace. And only 7% are confident they have optimized fully for mobile usage. So, you know, we've made it as easy as possible for you to get it mobile friendly. In that image at the top, it's an example actually of one of our templates. And it's not that big, but to cut a long story short, we make sure at the click of a button, in fact, in our new templates, it's automatically done for you. Your template is optimized for mobile and tablets. So number 4 is search engine success. You cannot ignore Google and all the other search engines either. A website without SEO, search engine optimization, is like a car with no gas. There's no point having a website that cannot be found. Google absolutely rules. So 90% of UK-based desktop searches and 92% of mobile searches are on Google. So, you know, I know there are other search engines, Bing, and which I think is increasing their market share. Google is pretty much head and tails above the rest. Research online. 94% of consumer research products online before buying. You know, many of us probably do the same. And buying online. 3 out of 5 people use search engines as a go-to shopping research. So they'll use, I do this a lot, in fact. I will filter Google just for shopping if I'm looking for something. And many people do the same. So simplifying SEO. We have 2 options for you. We have SEO Pro, which is a tool that you can use. It not only looks at your SEO performance and shows you where you need to improve and how you can improve those rankings online. It gives you automatic notifications of your progress. It also does competitor analysis. So you can select a few of your top competitors and it will compare how your SEO performance compares to them, which is very useful. If you want to take that a little bit further, we have an SEO Ready service. And what that is a dedicated SEO specialist that will actually visit your site and show you how you can improve it, where you need to improve it, and how to go about that. And 5 is measurement, and that's web analytics. So web analytics is the measurement, collection, analysis, and reporting of internet data for the purpose of understanding and optimizing web uses, and it is essential. Your data is a hidden gem. There's so much information in your own website that people don't even know exists because they are not tracking and everything. From where your website visitors are coming from. On my personal blog, I'm always flabbergasted at the weird and wonderful places that people come from. You can see what mobile browsers that you're using. It shows you everything, and that can allow you to tailor your website to the needs of those people that are visiting your website. and really create an improved user experience for them. So we have including that. So 4 reasons web analytics is essential. It allows you to evaluate marketing effectiveness. If you are running a campaign with a newsletter or you're spending money on advertising, it allows you to see if that is actually converting, if that's working. If it's working, great, do some more. If it's not, stop it. But if you can't see that, if you don't have analytics behind your site, you could be spending good money after bad. You would never know. It allows you to glean insights into your web traffic. And the thing is, a lot of what we think is happening on our website, a lot of the people that we think are actually visiting our website are often, it's not the case, you know, and analytics uncovers things that you would not believe. And it allows you to get to know your customers well. You know, it takes the guesswork out of your customers so you can actually see what they're doing, what pages they're visiting, where they're dropping off. Perhaps you've got a buying cycle and you're losing customers. You didn't even know you're losing customers because people aren't completing orders. Your analytics will show you that. And it gives you awareness of what users likes and dislikes. So the need for website statistics. Again, this was some research that we did last year. Only 1 in 5 analyze their website statistics on a daily basis, and 1 in 5 firms have never looked at their web statistics ever. Again, this is something we wanted to combat, so it's included in the solution. So one-on-one site analytics, it identifies key web statistics. It's effective visualization. So instead of giving you a dashboard of numbers, it visualizes it for you so you can see at a glance what's happening. It allows you to analyze your marketing campaigns, and you can even access it on apps. Android and Apple iOS are included free, so even if you're on the move, you can see what's happening. Perhaps you've put up an offer in the morning and you want to know how well it's done in the afternoon while you're on the road. You can have a look at your web statistics and it will show you what's going on. So what are my top takeaways for today? The first one is that you can do it yourself. You know, for a long time there was a myth about you need to spend a ton of money, you need to hire a big expensive web developer. Sometimes you do if you have bespoke requirements, you might need to, but for the most part, most of us don't. You can do it yourself and you can do a pretty good job of it on a very low budget. You need to secure a great domain. Again, the domain is included and your business journey will, of course, start with a domain like I've discussed. And you need to avoid some of the pitfalls that we spoke about, you know. Sometimes it's just a case of knowing that they are pitfalls. So think about some of the things that we spoke about, like good design, navigation, contact, having the right information, making it easy for people to see what your website is about, you know, content, all those things. Avoid some of those pitfalls that so many other small businesses have made, and consider those from the beginning. So think functionality about mobility. So, you know, thinking about that slide I showed you about what your website should be doing. It should be about attracting, interacting, and transacting with people that visit your site. Your website should be working for you. It should be earning you money. There should be a goal or conversion at the end of it. And consider Google. You know, Google absolutely rule. And, you know, we cannot afford to ignore them. And measure your marketing. You know, it's like I've said to you before, you know, so many people lose sight of key insights that you actually have just because you're not tracking what's going on your website. And finally, you know, we started with time, and I wanted to end with time. So Earl Nightingale, he was a motivational speaker from the 1950s, and he said, don't let the fear of time stop you, stand in the way of you doing something, because time will pass anyway, so you may as well make the best use of it. You know, and I love that. I love that mantra. I love that philosophy. You know, time's going to pass anyway, and I know it's scarce, but if you want to do something, if you want to accomplish anything in life, you know, we just have to kind of make the time and make it happen.